On YouTube. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers the Movie Studio Series 86, number 6, Grimlock and Autobot Wheelie. And first we're going to take a look here at the packaging. Very nice artwork of Grimlock with Wheelie riding on top here. 8 and plus here, Hasbro. You got the Transformers across the top there. On this side you got the same artwork of Grimlock as well as the 86 up here. On this side, you have the same image of Grimlock, 8606, Studio Series, Leader Class. And then on the back, we have the product shots showing Grimlock in his Dino mode with Wheelie riding on top. We have Grimlock in his robot mode. And then, of course, you can use him with the backdrop, which is, as it says here, Mockery of Justice. It's when they're in the Sharkticon pit on Quintessa. It says Grimlock and the Dinobots storm the Quintesson courtroom. It's pretty cool. The box is really big. Here it is. I'm actually going to compare it to a regular. Here's a deluxe Studio Series box. So these leader boxes are pretty big, so they take up quite a bit of room. But anyway, getting that out, we're going to first take a look at the wheelie that comes with this figure. And while it's supposed to be like a minifigure, he has no useful articulation. His legs do move up ball joints on the hips, and he has ball jointed shoulders, and his head does rotate. But that's all. You can take this out of his hand. It's a very small little thing. It's on a 3mm. So I think, like other figures can hold this. Here I have a rat trap. Yeah, he can hold it. So it's on a 3mm post. And he can just hold that in his hand. It's well painted for what it is. Very well painted. Got like the salmon paint here and this orange paint. And I think that's all on top of black plastic or gray plastic. It might be this gray plastic. Yeah. So it's gray plastic. It's got the orange paint and it's got this salmon paint. And it looks really good. On the head's the same gray plastic. And got the silver paint. I can't tell if that's gray paint here over the gray plastic. I don't think it would be. Orange paint all around. Orange paint on the legs. The back is just kind of black, and then so is the crotch section, but otherwise he looks cool. I just wish he did more. You can epic dab. So, I mean, that's something he can do off in the background. Grimlock comes with his gun. His signature double-barreled rifle. Pretty cool. It is compatible with the weapon effects parts. And it looks good. Not a whole lot of hollow space. No real hollowness to it. It's all solid. It does feel kind of light, just because it's like two pieces, and I think they're probably hollow cast pieces, pretty much glued together. That thing's almost as big as Wheelie is. And here's what we're looking at here, Grimlock, and he looks good. He looks so good. Until you get to his face. His face, he's got these screw holes. I'm really hoping somebody makes some screw hole covers for those, because those don't look very good. A lot of people do complain about him missing the front teeth here. I'm not bothered by it. It allows for like you can put fire effects in there, and he can breathe fire. Otherwise, he looks really good, especially from this angle. From the top to the bottom, his eyes are painted in a metallic blue. Looks really good. Gold paint here, red paint here on his sides. You have a Tampographed Autobot logo on top of silver paint. More gold paint down here for his Dino diaper. Then gold paint on the toes. Come around to the back, you've got the black, green, red, and blue. This is the same metallic blue that's used for the eyes. But you can't see it there. It's the same metallic blue used for the eyes, and you got the same red here and green. And I think that's the only time they use green on this figure. Under this smoky colored clear plastic piece, you can see his Autobot insignia under there. I know somebody is making like an upgrade kit that gives him teeth, makes the neck pieces clear and makes this piece clear. It can also be removed with 2 screws if you don't like that look. I don't mind it. I just wish that the Autobot insignia were like more visible through it. Yeah, other than that, it looks pretty good. Articulation, his head, he can look up, and it snaps in 2 spots. So it snaps all the way down and it snaps all the way up. Mouth opens to a wide degree. Get all the way out like that. His head rotates full 360. Come down to the arms, they're on ball joints, and go all the way around. The leg gets it caught up down here, in and out a little bit, and then the elbows are on hinges. They can swing both directions. Coming down to the hips, heavy ratchet there, very nice. Out all the way. Swivel here. And there's 2 joints here. This is the knee joint for Dino mode, and the other joint is the elbow for robot mode. And you can use those however you need to for articulation. Nothing at the tail, unfortunately. He doesn't like have any kind of tail wag or anything. But I mean, I wouldn't expect it on a $50 figure. Some features, so you can take a gun and it stores on the back. There's 2 slots here in what would be his heels, and there's 2 small tabs here on the gun, and those just tab in. And it's fairly solid. Then he has these 2 posts here on the sides of his neck, and those can actually plug into the back of Wheelie's feet into these little ports here. So you can have Wheelie ride on Grimlock by using those. And he can like aim and shoot at enemies like so. A pretty cool little feature there for Wheelie to attach. And if you like to display your Grimlock in Dino mode, you can do this as an option. However, if you like to display him, there's also another option actually before I get there. Wheelie does have this port or this post under his leg, and you can plug that into these ports here on the top of Grimlock's legs. So he can sit there and shoot his little slingshot as well. So that's another option. So anyway, for transformation of Grimlock, I'm gonna go back here and we're gonna remove his gun. And the best place to start on a Grimlock figure is the head. So the head, we're going to go ahead and pull this back. You kind of want to just flatten out like that. Don't bring it all the way back, just like halfway for now. Bring these panels out. It's just plugged in the middle there. and just swing them all the way back. So now you can see his head is tucked in. Just lift that up. Now we can come down here, and you're going to untab the bottom of the chest from the tail section, and it just tabs onto this large tab here. Let's see, goes into this slot here, and just bring this up, and you have two tabs here and here on this pearlescent plastic. They go into these two slots next to the neck, and that locks in fairly nicely. Now we can come down here, and you kind of just want to pull the legs apart a little bit, or split the tail in half. Then you're going to rotate this piece out and rotate this piece out. The tip of the tail, you're going to double hinge on this red double hinge on the arm to just hide that away inside there, like so. Coming to the back, you're going to go ahead and pull them down. They will slide over. And this tab here will go into this clip here. I'm not sure how well that's going to fare over time, that clip there. But it's a solid connection. I'm just hoping it can hold up over time against this ratchet here. Anyway, do that on the other leg as well. Just bring it down, clip it in. Then you're going to take these, and they're going to come back around to form his calves. And then flip these around to form his heels. He's kind of got hollow feet. The upgrade kit I mentioned earlier also has pieces to fill in the feet if that bothers you. Coming up here now, we can push here and flip this panel around to reveal the fists. Bring his arms down. Once again, flip that around to reveal the fist. Snaps into place. Bring his arm down. Kind of untab the backs of his elbows. And then you can do with these claws whatever. Some people just bring down the front claws. I like to leave these up and then bring the back ones down so that they're resting against the back of his hands. He does have a 5mm post on his gun, so he can hold his gun. And then to finish it off, we can just bring this down and it will clip into his back. And you can position these wings however you want. And there's Grimlock in robot mode, and he looks good. Looks like Grimlock should. He's big. He's very imposing. Here he is with his creator, Wheeljack, and here's Ratchet. So I think that's a pretty good scale there. And here he is with. Set these two off the side with Optimus Prime. So he's quite a bit larger than Optimus. So get these guys out, and we'll do a movie comparison real quick while I have him beside me for the next review I do. Here he is with. Here's the big bozo with Cup. So yeah, it's a pretty good scale. They are, from what I hear, going to be releasing all 5 Dinobots in this size class, in the leader class. And I'm thrilled beyond belief about having affordable Dinobots at this size. Just really good. And official Dinobots at that, not just, not third party, not knockoffs, official Dinobots at the leader scale to line up with your G1 styled bots from the War for Cybertron trilogy and the Studio Series 86 films. series. Anyway, going into articulation. So he has a ball joint at the head, so you can swivel all the way around. You can look up a little bit. There's also a hinge on this panel here. You can raise that up, and it moves that panel up, and it makes it look somewhat natural. And then you can look down as well, which I think is more important than looking up. Pulling Wheelie off here. Once again, these can move around however you wish, and also they come up on hinges here. You can bring his arm up. It's the same articulation as the dino legs. And once again, there's that hinge. And then he has a wrist swivel. A bicep swivel that carries over from the dino legs as well. He can kick forward, and this is a soft ratchet joint. He can kick back just as far for a full Monty. And then he can do the full Van Damme as well. He has a rotation here at the thigh, at the upper thigh where it meets the universal hinge here, and 90-degree bend on that knee. And then he has ankle rockers to a wide degree. And really, you can bring it all the way out, and it fills in the gap. So it looks really good. So weapon storage, if you don't want him to hold his gun, he can actually store it back here on the dino arm. You have a clip here, and it's kind of well hidden as a clip, but that actually clips onto the dino's arm for weapon storage in robot mode, which is pretty good. And then once again, you can put Wheelie up here on the shoulder. Ooh, squeaky. So yeah, he's a really, really imposing figure. He looks really good with your other G1 style bots. My only critiques on this was this should have been a perfectly clear piece of clear plastic if they were going to do that instead of doing a smoky plastic. Other than that, like, aside from minor little things, he looks good. He looks great. It would have been cool if they had put a feature in where you could change his eye color on both the dino head and the robot head, especially since we've seen smaller heads pull off that kind of feature. But other than that, I think he's pretty well done. So I do recommend him. He is a bit of a higher price point due to his leader class size scale. He is $50 US in the United States. I'm not sure about other countries what he prices at, but in the United States he does cost $50, $49.99. So, and he's pretty much everywhere right now. You can find him at Walmart, Target, Meijer. Most Walmarts I've been to have had at least 3 or 4 of this figure. So this has been my review of the Transformers Studio Series 86 Leader Class Grimlock. Until next time, till all are one.